OpenAI CEO Sam Altman has issued a candid warning about the profound impact artificial intelligence will have on the job market in the near future. According to Altman, roles in customer service will be among the first to disappear, as AI systems can already perform these tasks more efficiently and accurately than human workers. In an interview on the Tucker Carlson show, Altman stated, "I'm confident that a lot of current customer support that happens over a phone or computer, those people will lose their jobs, and that will be better done by an AI," end of quote. Altman puts this disruption into historical context, comparing it to previous technological revolutions where roughly 50% of jobs significantly transformed every 75 years. However, he noted that AI is accelerating this process dramatically. He said, "My controversial take would be that this is going to be like a punctuated equilibrium moment, where a lot of that will happen in a short period of time," end of quote. Despite this compressed timeline, Altman emphasized that from a broader historical perspective, the scale of change may not be unprecedented. While some professions, such as nursing, which requires deep human connection, are likely to remain intact, Altman expressed uncertainty about the future of programming jobs. Developers currently benefit from AI tools, boosting productivity, but over the next 5 to 10 years, the balance of job creation and displacement remains unclear. The wider tech community offers mixed perspectives. Some experts like Adam Dole of Rethink X foresee AI making many jobs obsolete by 2045, likening workers today to horses sidelined by the advent of the automobile. Others, such as Ethan Malik from the University of Pennsylvania, caution that although AI may cause short-term disruptions, it can ultimately lead to more and better job opportunities. Now, as AI continues to evolve rapidly, society faces a critical moment to manage this transition. Altman advocates for early adoption of AI tools, allowing individuals to explore new types of work and ensuring the technology enhances rather than displaces human labor. The challenge remains balancing innovation with social and economic stability in a world transformed by AI. Now, for more on this, we are joined by Dunamis. Dunamis, a young tech genius and programmer who is also an instructor at DDM Academy. We also have Josiah Onyeji, who is also a tech wizard and DDM Academy instructor. You're welcome.
Thank you,
Mr. Dunamis.
Thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. Mr. Tochku.
All right, let me start with you, Dunamis. How imminent is the large-scale job displacement predicted by Sam Altman, particularly in the customer service roles? Is it imminent? Is it around the corner? Or do we still need to wait for 100 years more?
I think we already seen it happen. So it's not a question of if it is imminent or not, because we can already see it happen. So concerning on what Sam Altman said about customer service being replaced, it's already happening. This is something that is already happening. I've seen companies which their entire customer service is just AI. A lot of them. You hardly make a call now to a company and you get a human being. 95% of the time is one bot or the other. 95% of the time. So it's not a matter of if it is eminent. Yeah, some job will survive close to 100 years. But the thing here is that the uncertainty of AI remains that even in the next 100 years, I don't think 99% of the jobs which we have today, in the next 100 years, they are not going to be available, not at all. We can even see some countries which we have AI medical practitioners. So we get AI robots, running AI models, which are medical practitioners. So it's not a matter of if it is eminent or not. It's should I use the language? It's a matter of how we can control it. Because the matter now is not about whether it's happening or not. We are seeing it happening. We can see the job market just crashing. We can see tech stocks crashing, and it's becoming scarier as it goes. We can see the news yesterday after Apple released their unveiled the iPhone 17, their stock crashed at $50 billion, almost $50 billion. So it's no matter of if AI is going to cause the displacement of jobs like customer service, which is it has already did. It's hard to see those these days. You make a call to a company and you're talking to an AI. These days, the problem now self is not knowing what is fake or what is true. It's not knowing what is human being fake and AI fake because it's hard to know what is real and what is not real. So I think it's eminent. It's already happening. Thank you. That's my take.
All right, I'll come back to you. Mr. Josiah, what is your take on this? And Altman says about 50% of jobs transform every 75 years historically. So why do you think AI is enhancing this process so dramatically?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I once had a discussion with Mr. Ibrahim and one UI UX designer sometime, not quite long this week. And yeah, so the agreement we came upon that day was that AI is here to assist, yeah, to help, to collaborate with us, but not replacing us totally. Yeah, okay, Sam Altman said that, yeah, and the statements he made and all that. So, me, I will agree on that partially and not fully. So AI is truly, yes, definitely is enhancing a whole lot of things. Like when it comes to design and all that, yeah. Like I said in the conversation, AI is aiding a whole lot of things, but it's replacing or like hindering some human this thing. I don't think it will be able to. Okay, now let me. If you remember, there was the last time I was here on this morning show. I said something in relation to this same customer care service, right? Okay, AI has been trained to learn a whole lot of language, but up to date, the only language that AI cannot really speak fluently like a native yet is Nigerian language. Yes, definitely
Why?
Igbo.
Why is that so?
Igbo to be precise, because when you hear someone, a native Igbo speaker speaking Igbo, you know that this is human, but AI can never have that authenticity of speaking like the African. Yes, AI has had a major breakthrough in speaking Hausa and Yoruba fluently, yes, but up to date, I've not seen AI model that can speak Igbo fluently. I've not. So be saying that AI can, if AI is going to replace all our customer care services, then let it learn. I don't think it will even be able to learn Igbo language, talk more of replacing customer. Because when you hear AI speaking your language and it sounds so funny, I don't think so. Humans, people who are in that field, they still have their jobs in that.
But don't you see a possibility of AI evolving? Because computer is about evolution. There was first generation in the past. From first, we have the second, the third, and now we are in the current fifth generation of artificial intelligence. So, don't you think that there will come a time when, people will come to think of that idea of programming the Igbo language into that architecture? Don't you see the possibility of that happening in the future?
Okay. Like I said, I've been experimenting with some AI models for a long time, right? And especially when it comes to this language, right? Yeah, definitely AI is evolving, it's learning a whole lot of language, but I still stand on the opinion, I still stand on the point that those, even if it will evolve, it will not be automatically, it will not be as fluent as the native speaker. Okay, in Igbo land, we have a lot of dialects, right? So how can AI learn all of them? Okay, can AI learn how to speak Abakaliki language? No, it can't. Even if you teach it for the next decade, it cannot. Hausa self have a lot of dialects. Yoruba too, the
Eh,
same thing. It's not just one
But
native. This,
but
but
Mr.
it,
Josiah, Mr. Josiah, this your argument for me, I think is unfounded. Because how does the AI learn to speak the Igbo in the first place? It's just like basically comparing a technology of 2010 and saying that very technology of 2010 is not going to change forever. You get, technology evolve. It does learn how to speak Igbo language. Definitely, it will learn to speak it. I mean, if you're going to trace your life back, just wind back and go back to 2001, and they tell you about AI today, you say it's not possible. That's the mentality of us Africans, and that's why we are getting it wrong all the time. And the best way to look at it is that if AI could speak Igbo language today, and it is learning through patterns, it will, over time, learn to speak Igbo fluently, the same way AI is speaking English fluently over time. And definitely, the time will come. I think the best way to approach this argument is the way Dynamics approaches, is the way to mitigate the risk of AI taking people's job. We all agree that jobs completely transform after 75 years. So how are we going to mitigate that risk? It is a fact that AI will take a lot of people's jobs. And my argument, even that day when we discussed, I told you that it is about the number, not completely replacing humans. If today, DDM, for example, needs like 5,000 workers, and AI replace 4,000 workers, it poses an existential threat to the 4,000. Right? So 4,000 is majority. So it replaced 4,000. It is fair for us to say it replaced human beings, because these 4,000 are more than 1,000 and they are all human beings. That's the lens we're looking at it. So how can we mitigate that risk? I think it is a fact that AI will replace a lot of jobs, a whole lot of jobs in the world, and not necessarily all of the jobs today, but some will be replaced in the next 20 years, even 100 years. There are jobs that are going to survive for up to 100 years. But over time, if AI continue to go in that phase, clearly it will replace a whole lot of, if not the whole profession that today we see.
Okay. Mr. Ibrahim, like I totally acknowledge what you say, but that being said, there's something that we fail to understand, right? Every tool, everything that we do on this earth have something that is governed, have a particular person whose specialty is in that particular thing. Okay, now let's say we have a company where 400 people are working, and those 400 people have a particular thing that they are doing that's peculiar to only them, right? And then you train AI to be handling all that. So let's say the person that employed them does not know how to do all those things that the 400 people is. Maybe out of the 400, he knows how to do 10, right? Then what happens to the remaining 390, right? Definitely is going to need someone who is experienced, who is professional in that field to work with it. So like I said, AI is only going to replace those who don't know how to use it. Definitely, that's just the fact. But replacing, no, I don't think so. Because even if you should use AI to replace everything, you will still see some loopholes. There are still some things that you require human creativity, like we said that. Okay, now coming to language now, there's a particular language in South Africa that there is only one living person that can speak it currently. Only one person, and once she dies, that's the end of the language. And she's old. So how would AI, how long will it take AI to learn that kind of language? Now talk
Okay,
more to me to even
Mr. Josiah, I'll have to cut you here. You know, since you and Mr. Brown are going back and forth, I was smiling behind the scene. There's something I discovered with human beings. Human being brain, right? We fail to see the law of exponential growth. Like Ibrahim said, in 2010, if you tell me that a computer can generate an image directly, I will tell you no. Right? I will tell you no. As long as I'm concerned, as long as the technology available is concerned and the concept of how AI learns, right? There is no language that AI will not speak in the next 10 years. That's just a period. The only problem and barrier is data. That is the only barrier. The moment hands can touch those data, AI will speak those language. And you saying it is fluent, trust me, you haven't put ChatGPT to a test on your own language and then hear it challenge you on Igbo language. Because no, I'm telling you fact, because human being brain fails to see that exponential growth. I was asking someone the question: if you put a pond of water and you see those green stuff on it, right? Just a patch of it, maybe small, right? 2% of the water, and you come back the next day and you see it cover 4% of the water. You travel and come back the next day and see it cover 50% of the water. How many days will it take you for it to cover? He say, since you travel for 7 days, it will take 7 days for it to full. But the truth is that the next day, the whole water will cover. That is how exponential growth works. So that is how AI is growing, to honestly speaking. So saying that AI will not be able to do certain things, especially on the level of language. By the way, we call them language model, right? Text-based model will eventually grow to the extent that language will not be a thing, right? Trying to language barrier will not be a thing. I saw this eyeglass by Meta, where you wear this eyeglass and somebody is speaking and it's translating in real time, right? If that eyeglass exists, then it's have a lot of data on languages. But as a language, they don't have the data currently, right? Or else it might have problem when it comes to speech, like speaking the language, because one thing is that the way our tongues are shaped is God's work, right? But putting the language on writing will not be a problem at all, even in the next 5 to 10 years. I don't think even in the next 5 to 10 years we need people like language translators again, because instead of paying somebody 200,000, that eyeglass only costs about 40,000 naira in Nigeria, and we don't need those people again. So, like me and Mr. Ibrahim was having a discussion the other day concerning the other thing we said. If AI replaces 390 people and we have 10 people, we need experts to still control them. It's still the same problem. We are having job reduction, right? If 390 people lose their job, then those people does not have any job, right? So we are having this job scarcity as AI grows. Because if AI comes into a company and automate what 390 people are going to do, and just 10 people are there because they're experts, it doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't add any value. It has value only to the company, but not to the society. Because 390 people are out there now without jobs, right? So the only problem we are going to be having as human, as a civilization, is not knowing how we can put these AI models or AI tools into check. I see a news recently, China are trying to release these rules governing how the AI system in their country, the nation works. Right? So that's the only problem we're going to have. But in the far future, we'll have more job displacement as we go for that, and that is on period. Thank you.
And additionally to what you said, Mr. Dynamics, you see,
Please,
even the thing we're doing
briefly,
now,
please.
this virtual meeting we're doing now, if they tell our grandparents that somebody will be in another direction, they will say it's witchcraft. But today is happening right before your own eyes. So the thing that technology cannot achieve does not exist. I think that's my.
Right. All right. Could you briefly, because I usually say that AI will replace some jobs, I mean some workers, but create more job opportunities. So what kind of job opportunities will AI create? In 20 seconds, please. We're out of time.
Okay. In 20 seconds, the kind of job opportunities I believe AI can generate create is like, if like I said, if you learn how to use AI tools, right? If you learn how to use AI, like prompt engineering now is one of the jobs that AI. If you know how to use prompts very well, definitely you're going to be hired as a prompt engineer. Okay, last year I missed out on a prompt engineering job. Reason because I didn't know, because prompt engineering I was self-taught. I learned by myself. I didn't know what I was doing at that moment. It was called prompt engineering. I didn't know. Someone offered me a job of prompt engineering because I didn't know what it was. I told the person that I'm not yet professional in that field. That was how I lost it. And it's not as if the payment was, and I thought it was something good that is going to be too hard, too complex to learn and all that. So I didn't know that it was already something I've already been doing. So prompt engineering is a very high paying job, a job opportunity for anybody that is conversant with AI tools.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Josiah Onyeji.
Can I say something before?
Please, in 2 seconds, please. We're out of
Okay.
time.
The idea, because me personally, I do a lot of research and I discovered that there's a problem now. Few months ago, prompt engineering was the I think it was a go-to thing, and everybody needed to do this. Me and Mr. Tochukwu talked about a startup and building by the side, and AI cannot prompt AI without taking prompts. Let me just explain. AI now can take data himself and prompt AI by itself, right? So these days, prompt engineering, not these days, recently, prompt engineering cannot stand on its own. You can't just be a prompt engineer, right? It should be related to something. So in your field, be able to use prompts, because prompt engineering as itself cannot exist on its own. AI prompting AI models just to do things, and then with the feedback it gets, it can still clean those prompts and reuse them over and over again. So it's not a thing again. Or else it is in your field. Let's say you're a doctor. You can now use prompt engineer to become this god level doctor. If you're a software engineer, you can use prompt engineer to become this god level. If you're AI artist, you can use that. But as a job as prompt engineering, nah. It's let's say it's obsolete as of this moment, because I saw an AI model, prompting AI model, and they call it agentic AI. That is AI searching the internet, prompting another model, getting response, and just doing magic by itself. Thank you.
All right, Dunamis and Mr. Josiah, tech wizards and coding masters. It's nice to have you. Thanks for your contribution and time. Mr. Ibrahim, I also thank you in a special way for joining us as a co-host and also DDM news analyst. All right, viewers, this is where we come to the end of DDM Morning Show this week. We shall be here again next week to give you another exciting edition of DDM Morning Show. Until that time, I remain Tosh Raphael. Have a nice day.